Question, the member from Oxford.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my question is for the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing. Yesterday, I asked the Minister about the fact that social housing dollars had been used to pay for a luxury 8-day South African vacation, and the Minister just laughed it off. This was a luxury vacation with a private driver, an apartment on an estate, winery tours, whale watching, a visit to a nature preserve, a cable car up-table mount, and more, paid for by using taxpayers' dollars. We have, Mr. Speaker, we have the expense form right here for where the individual billed it. Now that the Minister has had time to look into it, can he tell us if he has asked for the cost of that South African vacation back?
Thank you.
It's a 2012 trip before we enhanced accountability measures, which when you were in government you weren't prepared to do. So, Mr. Speaker, I sometimes think the honourable member opposite must be misquoted. He is aware that my government took steps to increase the accountability of HSC, steps his government would not take, and yet he says no one's done anything. The member knows that I wrote to the chair of HSC more than a year ago expressing concerns about some expense policies, yet he says no one's done anything. The member also knows that the board of HSC reviewed its expense policies and brought them into compliance with management board guidelines, and yet he says no one's done anything. He also knows that HSC participated in a third-party review of its management and policies to ensure effective governance, a review which found the organization today to be well managed.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Mr. Speaker, the Minister has forgotten what year that this party became government. This was in 2012, Mr. Speaker. Most taxpayers in Ontario can't afford luxury trips to South Africa, and certainly the 168,000 families waiting for affordable housing can't. We're talking about thousands of dollars that went to a personal vacation instead of affordable housing. Taxpayers' dollars that paid for wine tasting, meals at award-winning restaurants while families on the wait list struggled to put food on their table. It's a clear misuse of taxpayers' money, and the people waiting for affordable housing want to know what the government is doing about it. Again, I ask, what steps has the Minister taken to investigate and get that money back? Or does he think that it's acceptable to use affordable housing dollars for South Africa luxury trips?
Thank you. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the member knows, just going on with what I was thrust of my arguments, that HSC has committed to an action plan to address improvements recommended by the third-party review, improvements which will make the governance even more accountable.
The member from Oxford come to order. You asked the question. I'm trying to listen to it. The member from Thornhill is not helping. You are also come to order. Finish, please.
No one has done anything about it. Can the member explain to this House why he has said no one has done anything about it when the facts so clearly point out otherwise? Speaker, I leave that question with the honourable member. What was, you didn't put accountability measures in place. We did.
To the chair.
Best political advice I ever got was from the late, great Sterling Hunt.